officially. Thanks for coming and joining in the land of Zoom. Yesterday I taught class and we talked about, and I'll talk about it as well today, the Alicia Keys' new book called More Myself. And I love the title. I just love kind of this concept of thinking about becoming and stepping into more of who we already are. And that's really what yoga is all about. How do we kind of reconnect with ourselves and remind ourselves who we already are, and we just become more of ourselves the more that we kind of look inward and do this reflective, introspective practice. So in the book's fantastic. If you're looking for something to read, definitely give it a read or listen to it, because it's her voice, and there's some other special guests like Oprah and Michelle Obama and Bono, so it's really fun to hear those voices as well. But she, talks about the ups and downs and the trials and tribulations of the music industry and her personal life and the ways she stepped into her role in this world, in this planet, as a musician and an artist and as an activist and as a mother. So all the roles that we have in life, all these different hats that we put on, and we kind of create a different persona for all these different roles that we play in our lives. How do we step more fully into that? And really looking at the ways that we block ourselves from ourselves. So not even the way we block ourselves, but the way society blocks us, and we just kind of go along with it. So it's this constant reflection and looking inward at how do I step into more of my own being, my own power, my own love and creativity and power and offering to the world. And I'm so grateful for this practice and that it offers that platform for us to do just that. Through the physical practice, we really get to know our physical body. Through meditation or chanting, we get to know more of the subtle parts of ourselves, and really listening inside and hearing sort of the answers and the ways that we can draw more into our heart. I shared with some of you guys that were in class yesterday that I went back to work yesterday, which is a blessing and also a little bit of a curse, in that I had all this time to really practice and do the things that I love doing, and be around and surround myself with like my husband and my dog and all of you on Zoom, and people that hold similar life views and intentions, and then I went back into the real world yesterday, and it was a bit of a rude awakening. And so that pull from society and that pull from just our surroundings is real. It is real. So I'm grateful to be in time and space with you to sort of reconnect and remember who I am, and I hope and encourage all of you to remember who you are, because you're not trying to become me, you're trying to become you. So thanks so much for being here. You can close your eyes if you haven't done so already and just come into your breath. Let your hands rest wherever is comfortable. Check in with however you feel physically, however you feel emotionally, spiritually. Just check in with wherever you're at. And the beautiful thing about this practice is it meets us right where we are at. So however you feel today, the practice presents itself and we show up right as we are. You don't have to force yourself to be any way. You just start where you're at. Allow your breath to flow in and out. Just by paying attention to it, you might notice the breath gets a little bit longer, fuller, deeper. Please bring your hands together in front of your heart, your palms touching. We'll sing the sound Om one time. You can join in or simply listen. Please exhale completely. Take a full breath in. May the fruits of our practice be for the upliftment of all beings. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. And may all beings know true joy and love and the causes of true joy and love. Thank you so much. You can release your hands, open your eyes, and we're going to actually come to lay on your back to begin. Don't get excited, it's not Shavasana yet. So we got to work a little bit first, but we're going to start on our backs. And you can make a little pillow for yourself if you want it. So let's start with your feet flat on the floor. You can place your hands right inside the bones of the front of the pelvis that I talk about all the time, that kind of right inside the bone. And do that good strong core contraction like you're pulling your belly down towards the floor. You can stay right there and hold for 5 seconds and then relax. You guys know me well, so you know kind of this sequence and options for core strength. So you can hold there, or you can start to march in place. Lift your right foot up, bring it back down, lift your left foot up. So when you march, your knee goes kind of right over your hip as you go back and forth. If that feels pretty simple and you feel pretty comfortable there, you can lift both feet up and hold. Make sure, if you place your hands right inside those bones of the pelvis, make sure that it's super strong and engaged all the way outside. You can stay there. You can start to tap one heel down, bring it back up. Tap the other heel down, bring it back up. So lots of options. Do the one that allows your back to stay flat, your core to stay strong. You can add the arms if you want. The arms would be you reach your arms straight up to the sky, and then whichever leg reaches forward, the opposite arm reaches back behind you. The straighter you reach your leg forward, the more challenging it is. Only go as far as you can maintain your back flat and you can maintain your core strong. So becoming more of this inner core strength. Becoming more of your own strength inside. One more on each side so that you're even, whichever option you're choosing. Place both feet on the floor, feet flat. Before you go up, make your belly muscles nice and strong. Squeeze your butt muscles and then lift your hips up off the floor for a little bridge. So you don't want to use your arms for this one. You're just using your legs. So you can even put your arms across your chest. Push your heels down into the floor, squeeze your butt muscles. So this isn't a big bridge, it's just a little bridge. Slowly lower back down, and then kind of right when your butt touches the floor, push through your heels again and lift back up. Squeeze your butt muscles, push your heels down, hold, breathe, good strong core. Slowly bring your butt back down towards the floor just as it touches, come back up again. Squeeze your butt, push your heels down, hold. Slowly lower down, just when you hit the floor, come right back up. Squeeze your butt, push through your heels, lift up. One more. Slowly lower, just when you're about to touch, lift back up. Push through the heels. Keep your core strong. Nice, easy breath. And then slowly lower back down. We'll do one more round of the core. So good, strong core. Options, again, to march. Keep both legs up. Alternate the arms and keep the legs where they are. Keep the arms where they are, alternate the legs, so lots of options. You can move towards straighter legs. I like to go nice and slow sometimes, it makes it harder. Whichever leg that you're tapping forward, try to squeeze that butt muscle. So whether your knee stays bent as you tap the heel, or if you straighten the leg, squeeze your butt, squeeze your thigh. Back stays flat. Hang in there. Remember, only go to the level that you can keep that core engagement all the way to the outsides of your belly. You don't want to just feel the activation in the center of your belly. You want to feel it outside, right by those hip bones. One more on each side. And then bring your feet back down to the floor. We're going to do one more round of bridges, and I'm going to give you options. The first option is to do what we just did, where you lift up, you hold for 3-5 seconds, and then you come back down. The next option would be to lift up, squeeze your butt. Don't use your arms, so cross your arms across your chest. Extend your left leg straight forward. So you're pushing through your right heel, you're squeezing your right butt, you're keeping your pelvis level as the left leg reaches forward. You're welcome to bend the left knee, that makes it a little bit easier. Bring the left foot back down. Now push your left heel into the floor and reach your right leg strong. Don't let the right side of your pelvis drop to the floor. Stay lifted. Bring that right foot down, slowly lower. Again, squeeze your belly, squeeze your core, lift up. You can just stay here, both feet on the floor. Or you can extend the left leg, hold, push through that right heel. You're also welcome to bend the left knee. It makes it a little bit easier because your left leg is a little bit shorter and not so long of a lever. Bring that left foot down, push through your left heel, reach your right leg forward. Don't let your right pelvis drop to the floor. Again, you can either bend the knee or straighten. Push through that left heel. Slowly release that side down, come all the way down. 2 more. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your butt, lift up, hold and stay here, or kick the left leg forward. Really drive through your heel. Yes, you're going to feel your hamstring, but we want to feel your butt too. Push down into that heel. Release that side. Second side, extend your right leg. You can keep the knee bent or make it straight, which is more challenging. Push through your left heel, hang in there. Bring that right foot back down, slowly release. 1 more. Good strong core. Push through your heels, lift your hips up. Squeeze your butt, push through your right heel, lift your left leg up. Try not to use your arms, so you have them across your chest. Push through that right heel. Release that side, push your left heel down, extend the right leg. Push down through that left heel, try not to let the right pelvis drop. Bring the right foot back down, slowly lower. Hug your right knee towards your chest, make your left leg long. Really push that left leg down to the floor, squeeze your left leg muscle, your butt muscle. And then we'll take it into a twist. So you're gonna cross that right leg across your body, reach your right arm in the opposite direction. If you wanna put a blanket or a block or something to rest your right knee on, sometimes that feels a little bit better than dropping it all the way to the floor. I put a blanket on mine. So as you pull gently with your left hand and you're pulling your right knee across from you, reach your right arm in the opposite direction. Feel a twist in your spine. Stay strong in your left leg. Squeeze that left thigh muscle. And then inhale and come back up to center. And then you'll switch sides. You'll hug your left knee in. Give it a squeeze. Reach your right leg long. Press that right leg strongly down into the floor. Even squeeze your right butt muscle. And then pull that left knee across you. Again, if you want to let it rest on a pillow, a blanket, a block. I'm on the outer edge of my right foot. My right leg is really strong and I'm twisting my chest to the left. You can even look over your left shoulder if that feels okay in your neck. You feel the sensation of twist in your spine. Belly stays strong. Breath stays steady. And then inhale and come back to center. Let's have you roll to your side. Use your hands to press yourself up. And you're going to come to a side plank. Let's do the left elbow down to the floor first. Left elbow's down and the left knees, the knees stay bent and the left knee is down on the floor. Push down into your left elbow, your right hand is at your hip, and you're going to lift your hips away from the floor. Now you can just stay here, hold, push down through that elbow, or you can do what we call a clamshell. You're gonna open your top knee up away from your bottom knee, but keep your feet together. Squeeze your feet together and feel how that engages your butt muscles. Pull your belly muscles in, hold. Slowly lower that knee, but stay in your plank. And again, open, squeezing that top butt cheek. Push your feet together, belly strong. Release that. Again, stay in your plank, but open the top knee up into your clamshell. Squeeze your feet together. Hang in there. We're going to do one more. Bring your knees back towards each other, and then again, open that top knee up. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your butt, push your heels together, hang in there. And then release the knee, release down. Other side, side plank pose. So you're on your right elbow, right knee's down, feet are together. Push down into your elbow, lift your hips up away from the floor. Stay lifted, just open your top knee up. Squeeze your heels together, open that knee, and then lower the knee. And again, open the knee, squeeze the heels together. Really feel that left butt cheek squeeze. Lower the knee. Again, open up. We got two more. Squeeze the heels together. Open that top knee up. Good strong core. Lower the knee. One more. Open the knee. Push the heels together. Steady breath. And release the knee down. Come all the way down. Come to hands and knees and then press back in a downward facing dog. Spread your fingers, get your hips way high to the sky. You can pedal through your feet if that feels good. Walking back and forth. When you walk back and forth, I like to also kind of spin. I spin my toes to the right, and I lift the right side of my hip way high to the sky. And then I spin my toes to the left side of my mat, and I lift the left hip way high to the sky. So I feel the stretch. You can go back and forth between sides. I feel the stretch along the whole side of my torso. So as you spin your toes to the right, really lift that right armpit forward to the front of the mat. And then as you spin the toes to the left, lift that left armpit forward to the front of the mat. And feel that big stretch along the left side of the body. You can go one more in each direction. Big stretch. I even feel it underneath my right arm, so you're stretching your latissimus dorsi in here, your lats. Maybe you've heard that word before. And then come into a down dog. Both legs straight or slightly bent. Lift your hips way high to the sky. Come forward into plank pose. Belly draws in. You can bring your knees to the floor or lower down straight legs all the way into your belly. Reach your arms behind you, palms face down to the floor. Before you go up, push your pubic bone into the floor, feel your belly engage. Lift your legs up, lift your chest up. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Look down towards the front of the mat. Don't look up too much. So you're looking down, slightly lifting the head. Belly stays strong. Keep pushing the pubic bone in towards the floor. You shouldn't feel any compression in your low back. Slowly release down. Press back in a downward facing dog. On an in-breath, step your right foot forward between your hands. Bring your back knee down to the floor. If you have a block, you can put a block to the outside of your right hip. If you don't have one, it's okay. So right leg's forward. Do a little tuck of your pelvis like you're tucking your imaginary tail, so you're squeezing your left butt. You feel a stretch through the front of the left hip. Reach your arms up, touch the sky. Pretend like you can pull your front heel back to the back edge of the mat and the back knee forward to the front edge. Feeling that stretch and that sensation through the front of the left hip. Bring your right hand down to the block. Reach your left arm up and over. If you don't have a block, you can bring your hand to your hip and reach up and over. Again, really squeeze your left butt muscle as you reach up and over. You might feel a stretch deep in the front of your belly as well. Deep inhale, long exhale. Come back up to center. Keep that good position. So tucking your tail, squeezing your left glute. Reach your left arm forward. reach your right arm back. Twisting your belly over the front leg. You can stay here, or you can take your right hand down your back leg somewhere, reach your left arm up to the sky. Again, feeling that stretch through the front of your left hip, front of the left belly. Think up, reach up. And then inhale, come back up to center. Switch sides. So your left leg's forward, back knees down. You can do whatever you want with the back toes, whatever feels better for you. Take your block to the other side. Little tuck of your pelvis, squeeze your glute, belly strong. Reach your arms up. Find your breath. You're feeling all these nuances in your body. You're getting to know it and explore it and become more of it. And same goes for your breath. You just explore the breath and how it moves and how it feels inside of you. Really pull that left heel back to the back of the mat, draw the right knee forward. So stay strong in the muscles around your pelvis, even as you stretch them. Bring your left hand down to the block or to your hip, and then reach up and over. Again, keep really strong in that back leg, belly strong, as you stretch the front of that right hip. Come back up to center. Reach your right arm forward, reach your left arm back, twisting over the front leg. Again, strong, really squeeze that right glute as you twist. You can stay there, you can take the back hand down your back leg and reach up to the sky. You're gently pushing down with your left hand into your left leg, and you're reaching up through your right fingertips. And then inhale to release back to center. Press back in a downward facing dog. Come forward into plank pose, top of a push-up. You can bring your knees down or lower down straight legs. This time bend your knees, make your heels touch. Bend your elbows so you kind of look like a goalpost with your arms. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Squeeze your heels together, push your pubic bone into the floor. Now lift your arms up, maybe your legs lift up slightly. Feel as if you could push the inner elbow towards the floor more and take the backs of the hands back behind you more. So it's external rotation of the shoulder. Keep drawing the shoulder blades down the back as you squeeze the heels together. You shouldn't have any pain in your low back. Some of you might be able to lift your knees off the floor more. Some of you might barely lift, so just be where you are. Gazing slightly forward, but looking down. Inhale to slowly release all the way down. Press back, downward facing dog. Full stretch, hips way high to the sky. Stretching the backs of the legs, stretching the shoulders. On an in-breath, step your right foot forward between your hands. Again, coming into a lunge pose. You can always bring the back knee down if you want more balance support. Bring your hands to your hips. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Squeeze your left glute. Squeeze your belly. Reach your arms up, touch the sky. Crescent lunge. Feeling the sensation, so getting to know your body. Feeling how it moves, feeling how you can control muscle activation. Feeling how you can control your breath. Bring your right hand to your hip, reach up and over, just like we did a moment ago with the knee down. Reach up and over, feel that big stretch through the front of the left hip and the left belly. Belly stays strong, even try to lengthen the right side of your torso as well. Come back up to center, reach your left arm forward, reach your right arm back, just like we did a moment ago. Keep squeezing this left glute. You can stay here, you can take your right hand down your back leg, reach your left arm up to the sky. Reach up, think the whole torso lifts up to the sky. Drive your right heel down to the floor to keep the right glute engaged as well. Inhale, come back to center, touch the floor. Step back, downward facing dog, and feel the sensations. Feel the difference between sides. Kick your right leg back behind you, bend your right knee, twist your hips open to the right, like you could stack the right pelvis on top of the left. Squeeze your right butt, just like we did in the clamshells, like you can open that right knee up to the sky. Squeeze your left heel in towards the center edge of the mat. Lift your left armpit forward to the front of the mat, press your left pelvis back to the back of the mat. Stay long through the left side as you open up. Release that side. Look between your hands, step your left foot forward. Crescent lunge. Squeeze your right glute, belly stay strong, reach your arms up, touch the sky. Feel the stretch deep into your right belly, front of the hip. Steady breath. Bring your left hand to your hip, reach your right arm up and over. As you reach, get long on your left side as well. Lengthen through both sides of the torso. Reach up, stretch up. Inhale, come back up. Reach your right arm forward, reach your left arm back. So you're twisting over the front leg. Right glute stays turned on, belly stays strong. Use your belly muscles to twist you to the left. You can take the left hand down your leg, reach your right arm up to the sky. Push through your left heel even more to lift up longer. Inhale to unwind. Step back, downward facing dog. And again, just pause and feel the different sensations from side to side. Because your legs were doing two different actions, so you can feel the difference. Kick your left leg straight back behind you, bend your left knee. Open your hips up like you could stack your left pelvis on top of your right. Squeeze your left butt like you did with your clamshell, but open the knee. Squeeze your right heel in towards the center of the mat. Lift your right armpit forward. Press your right pelvis back to the back of the mat. Stay long on the right side as you twist open. Inhale, release. Come forward into plank. Lower to the knees or lower down straight legs all the way to your belly. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Keep a little bend in the elbows. Before you go up, push your pubic bone into the floor and feel your belly lift away from the floor. Then lift the fronts of the shoulders away from the floor and draw your shoulder blades down your back. Then lift up. Legs up, arms up, locust pose. Keep that little bend in your elbows. Keep pushing your pubic bone into the floor. Reach the knuckles back, reach the top of the head forward. So hard to breathe in these poses. And inhale, release. Press back in a downward facing dog. Full stretch, hips way high to the sky. Stretch the backs of the legs. Stretch your heels towards the floor. They might not touch. Mine don't touch. But I'm trying to push them down in that direction. Feeling the stretch in the back of my ankle, back of my calf, hamstrings. Belly stays strong, breath steady. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Option one, keep your left hand where it is. Bring your right hand to your hip. Twist open, right arm up to the sky. Option two is take your left elbow to the outside of the right leg. Bring your palms to touch. Squeeze that left glute. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Twist your chest open to the right. Like you could stack your right shoulder on top of your left. If anybody wants to, they could take their left hand down to the floor on the outside of the right leg and then reach the right arm straight up to the sky. So it's a deeper twist. Listen to your body and what it needs. If you feel any pinching or pain in the front of the right hip, go back to the first version. Inhale to slowly release. Step back into downward facing dog. Again, just take a moment and feel. This is how we get to know and be more of ourselves. We have to get sensitive and feel and listen. Take it to the second side. We often just go so fast without even stopping and pausing. Left hand to your hip. Reach your left arm up to the sky, option one. Option two, cross your right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Bring your palms to touch. Squeeze your right butt as you twist open to the left. Use your belly muscles to help you twist open, whichever option you're doing. You can take the right hand to the outside of the left foot. That's a super deep twist. So just listen and see if that's best and appropriate for your body. Keep pulling your belly in, keep tucking your imaginary tail under as you open. Inhale to unwind. Press back, downward facing dog. Again, take a moment and feel, get quiet and pause. Notice your sensations and listen. Come forward, plank pose. Lower all the way down, either knees first, straight legs. So we did two poses. We did locust pose, and then I like to call it Frogger, where you bend your elbows and bend your knees. We're gonna go back and forth between those two movements. So movement one, reach your arms back behind you, legs are straight. Push your pubic bone into the floor, pull your belly in. Draw the shoulder blades down your back, lift your legs up, lift your arms up. Look down at your mat, but slightly forward. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. Push your pubic bone into the floor. Keep all that. Just bend your knees, squeeze your heels to touch, bend your elbows so you look like a goalpost. Try to push the inner edge of the elbows forward more and the back of the hands back more. External rotation of the shoulder. Straighten your arms, straighten your legs, locust. Keep pushing your pubic bone into the floor, pull your belly in. Bend your elbows, bend your knees. I call it Frogger. I don't know, maybe she'll look like a frog. One more time each direction. Straighten your legs, straighten your arms, push your pubic bone into the floor, pull your belly in. Bend your elbows, bend your knees. And then inhale, release. Make a little pillow for your cheek to rest. Come back to your breath. Turn your attention inward. Feeling the sensation in your body, feeling your breath. Listening to your inner teacher, your inner guide. Knows all the answers to all our questions. You just have to listen. We just have to trust ourselves. We just tend to doubt ourselves so much. Can we trust? Can we listen? Please press back to hands and knees. Press back, downward facing dog. Full stretch, hips way high to the sky. Take a couple nice deep inhales, long exhales. If it feels good to keep a little bend in your knees today in your down dog, please do so. Whatever feels good in the backs of the legs and your low back. Walk your hands back towards your feet, coming into a forward fold at the back edge of your mat. Little bend in your knees. You can bring your hands to the floor to blocks. Fold in. Bow into yourself. Stay heavy in your heels as you fold forward. Give a little bend in your knees. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale to rise up with a flat back. Shoulders back. Release your arms. Let's go long ways on the mat. Turn your right toes to face forward. We're coming into warrior two pose. Right toes forward, left foot parallel to the back edge of the mat. Bend your front knee. Start with your hands at your hips. Imagine both sides of the pelvis could move to the floor evenly and keep your right knee pointing straight ahead. Squeeze your left butt. Belly stays strong. Reach your arms straight up for this one. You can have your palms facing forward and stay here, or you can interlace your thumbs, flaring your fingers apart from each other. If that bothers your shoulders, then just go back to shoulder width apart. If you have the thumbs, spread the fingers and try to pull the inner edges of the shoulders back behind you more, feeling like your chest could open forward, but nothing arches in your mid and low back. Keep it totally straight. So the opening's just in your shoulders as you pull the arms back. Stay low in that front knee. Squeeze your left butt and put weight into your left foot so it's not just your right leg that's doing the work. Pull your belly and ribs back. Bring your right elbow to rest on your right thigh. Reach your left arm alongside the ear, side angle pose. You can stay here with the arm resting on the thigh or bring the hand to the floor or to a block. Block seems good right now for me. Get long through the left side of the torso. Pull your belly in, tuck your imaginary tail under to feel your chest open. Really push into that left foot, reach through your left fingertips. Steady breath. Inhale to come all the way back up. Second side. If you want to put the block to the other side, please do so. Start with your hands at your hips. Bend your front knee. Look at your left knee. Don't let it knock in. So you want to really use your glute muscles. Use your butt so that left knee points straight ahead towards your toes. Put the weight through your back foot as well as the front foot so that back leg's doing work. Belly strong. Reach your arms up. Palms face forward. If you're doing the thumb hook, take the other thumb behind. Flare your fingers apart from each other. Pull the inner edges of the shoulders back, but don't let your back arch. Pull the arms back, but keep your core strong. Feel the weight in both legs evenly. So really push into that back leg, almost like you can feel the back leg lift away from the front leg. Bring your left elbow to reach to your left thigh. Reach your right arm alongside the ear, side angle. Staying here, coming to a block. Reaching through that whole right side. I have a wall here. I can even push into it, push into my right foot more. Get long through the right side of the body. Tuck your imaginary tail, pull your belly in strongly. Inhale to rise up to stand. Straighten the front leg. Okay, we're going to do triangle pose to half moon to Ardha Chandra Chapasana. So that's where you do the thigh stretch like this. So if you want to be close to a wall in order to support you, the higher up that hand is, going down to the floor is kind of hard. You can keep your hand at a wall. So I'll walk you through. Let's do the right foot forward first. Both legs are straight. Grab a block if you need to, putting to the outside of the right leg. Squeeze your thighs strong, belly strong. Start to hinge over the right leg, bringing the right hand to the block or to the floor. And once I go down, I usually have to lengthen my stance, so just play with your stance. Pull your belly in, tuck your imaginary tail under, so you really have to fire those glutes to open the chest up. Take your top arm straight up to the sky, triangle pose. It's okay, in your neck you can look up. Push through your big toes into the floor. Squeeze your thigh muscles, pull your belly in. Coming into half moon pose, left hand to your hip, look down at the floor, shift your weight forward to the front foot. You can bring your block with you if you have it. Keep a little bend in your standing leg as you lift the left leg off the floor. Flare your toes. Keep tucking your imaginary tail under. If you want to, you can reach the top arm up or even look up, which challenges your balance. You can also look down at the floor or keep both hands down at the floor. Belly stays strong. So do whatever allows you to feel like, okay, I'm challenged, but I still feel in control. Coming into the thigh stretch, bend your left knee. Reach around with your left hand to hold the foot. You can always use a strap around the foot if you can't reach it. Belly stays strong. Tuck your imaginary tail under, and now start to open your chest up. Kick your foot into your hand, but also squeeze your left butt to kick that foot back. You shouldn't feel any pain in your low back. You can always put your right hand on a wall, which will make it a little bit more accessible. You want to just stay here? I love this pose. Let's just stay here all class. And then slowly release the foot. Step back, slow motion into triangle. And then inhale, little bend in your right knee to come all the way back up to stand. All right, great job. We're going to do the other side now. Bring your block or get close to a wall. Whatever you need to do. Both legs are straight. Squeeze those thigh muscles, they're strong. Push your big toes into the floor and spread the toes wide. Bring your left hand to the outside of the left foot, block or to the floor. Tuck your pelvis under, open your chest, triangle. I like to really make contact, so I'm holding my left arm right up against my left leg. Tuck that left pelvis under. Think you're pulling your pubic bone up towards your belly button as you open the chest up to the sky. Keep pushing the big toes down to the floor as you squeeze your thigh muscles. Bring your right hand to your hip, coming into half moon pose. Little baby hops. Use a block if you need to underneath your left hand. Please keep a little bend in your left knee. Put the weight in the left heel. You're going to want to claw the floor with your toes, but put the weight more in your left heel, which will engage your left butt muscle. Open, stack the right pelvis on top of the left. Draw your belly in, pulling your pubic bone towards your navel. Nothing actually moves, but as if you could. It's like micro movement. You're welcome to reach the top arm up or gaze up. Challenge your balance. And then we'll take it into a thigh stretch where you bend your top knee, hold the outer edge of the foot. Don't just kick back. Pull your belly in first. Squeeze your right butt muscle to kick the leg back. Then start to kick the foot into your hand. Then open your chest up. Keeping that little bend in your left knee. Remember, you can always put your left hand on a wall to come up a little bit higher. Keep the weight in the left heel, hang in there. And then slowly release the foot. Step back, triangle. Taking a breath. Little bend in that left knee, and then inhale to rise all the way up to stand. Walk your feet together. If you want to find a wall, we're going to do a balance pose. So if you want a wall to hold on to, bring the weight to the left foot. Bend your right knee. Reach around and hold the outer edge of the foot with the right hand, coming into a thigh stretch. So please keep a little bend in your left knee. Don't lock it out. Draw your belly in like you can pull your pubic bone up towards your belly button. Squeeze your right butt muscle to start to extend your right leg back behind you. You can stay here, or you can come into Natranjasana or dancer's pose. Bring your chest slightly forward. Keep the weight in your left heel. As you kick your foot into your hand, keep squeezing your right butt as well. Chest open, shoulder blades down your back. No pain in your low back. So you got to keep squeezing your right butt. Keep pulling your pubic bone towards your navel as you kick your foot into your hand. You're welcome to reach your left arm forward. Deep breath. Slow motion, release your right foot, coming into warrior three pose. Your left leg's probably burning at this point. Put the weight into your left heel. You can do whatever you want with the arms. Square your pelvis to the floor. Hang in there. And then inhale, stand up. Tadasana. Woo. You can shake that left leg out if you need to. And then we'll do the other side. Weights in the right leg. Keep a little bend in the right knee. I'm going to face this way so I can use the wall if I need it. Bend your left knee. Flare your toes of your left foot, like you're flaring them wide to the left. Imagine you could squeeze your left knee towards your right knee. Belly stay strong. Squeeze your left butt to kick the foot back. You're welcome to stay there or bring the chest more forward, coming into dancer's pose. Put the weight through your right heel. Keep squeezing your left butt to extend your left leg back behind you. Then kick your foot into your hand. Don't just kick your foot into your hand. You gotta squeeze your left butt to do that, to get the leg back without hurting your back. Shoulder blades down your back, chest open, belly strong. Slow motion, release the foot, coming into warrior three pose, hang in there. Put the weight through the right heel, hips are square to the floor. Do whatever you want with the arms. Pull your belly in. Shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, stand up. Tadasana. And shake that side out a little bit. Bring your left hand to the wall, if you have one, hopefully. Have the right hand kind of right at shoulder width. Keep a little, the left hand. Keep a little bend in your left elbow. Draw your left shoulder blade down your back. Now start to turn your toes away from the wall and feel like you could twist your chest away from the wall. Keep that little bend in your elbow. Push into the wall to twist your chest more away from the wall. Imagine you could push your left inner elbow more forward. That's external rotation of the shoulder, so you'll feel the muscles in the back of your left shoulder engage, and you'll feel an opening through the front of your left chest. Push into the wall. That makes a huge difference to really push your hand into the wall, and imagine you're twisting your chest away from the wall. Slowly release. Other side, right hand to the wall. Keep a little bend in the right elbow. Draw your right shoulder blade down your back. Pull your belly and your ribs back so your back stays totally straight. Now start to turn your toes and your chest away from the wall. Draw that the right shoulder blade down your back. Imagine you can push the inner elbow more forward as you open your chest. Big stretch through the front of that chest. Reverse all that computer work you did all day. Belly stays strong, ribs stay back. Good work. Inhale to release. Ooh, I can stay there all day too. Okay. Be at your wall and put a blanket down right against the wall. If you have 2 blocks, great. You don't need them. But if you have them, bring them with you. We're going to do my favorite thigh stretch at the wall. So let's put the right foot at the wall and my right knee's down on the floor. My left foot's forward. If you don't have blocks, it's fine. Your hands are here, but this makes it a little bit easier. I'm pressing my toes into the wall. I'm squeezing my right butt, and I'm trying to tuck my imaginary tail under, and I feel a pretty large stretch through the front of my right thigh. You can stay here with your hands on blocks, or you can bring your hands to your front thigh. Make sure you're breathing deeply, because this is an intense stretch. The key is not to let your butt stick back behind you. You got to tuck under, which will give you a huge stretch through the front of the hip. Pull your pubic bone up towards your belly button. You can stay there, you can reach your arms up to the sky. So this isn't about getting your butt to the wall. This is about pushing slightly your pelvis forward, away from the wall. Bring your left hand to your hip, and then you can reach up and over, that little side stretch we've done. It's our 3rd time doing it now. Keep pushing that right foot into the wall. Keep squeezing your right butt. Reach up, stretch up through that right arm. Twist slightly over the front leg like we've done earlier. You can even bring your left hand to the wall. Reach up and slightly back. You can also bring your right hand to the outside of the left thigh and twist more over the front leg. Inhale to slowly release. Good job. Switch sides. So now your right leg's forward, your left foot's at the wall. Tuck your imaginary tail under, squeeze your left butt, belly strong. You can stay here. You can bring your hands to the front thigh. Push your foot into the wall. Imagine your pelvis moves forward towards your front foot. It might not move, but imagine it moves and you'll feel more intensity through the front of the left thigh. You can stay there, you can reach your arms up. Pull your pubic bone towards your belly button. Lengthen through the sides of the torso. Bring your right hand to the outer hip, reach up and over. You can also bring the right hand to a block if that feels good. Push your left foot into the wall. Breathe into the front of that left leg. Reach up. Now do a little twist. You can bring your right hand to the wall, twisting over the front leg. You can bring your left hand to the outside of the right thigh, twisting over to the right. Squeeze your left butt. Use your belly muscles to twist you to the right. And then inhale to release. All right, let's have you come to lay on your back. No pillow this time. We're going to do bridge pose a couple times. So place your feet hip distance apart on the mat. Arms by your sides. Bend your elbows, palms face each other. Before you go up, pull your belly in. Push your heels down into the floor, lift your hips up. So you can stay here, but you can use your arms more now. So push your elbows down. Draw your shoulders slightly, shimmy them underneath you to open up more your upper back now. You shouldn't have any pain in your low back, so don't open up as much as you can. You want to stay pain-free. Squeeze your butt, lift your hips up. You can stay here, you can hold the sides of the mat, pulling the mat apart right to left. You can interlace fingers. Choose the option that works for you, that feels good for your body. Whichever option you're doing, imagine you can pull your feet and your knees apart right to left, but they don't move. Squeeze your butt, open your chest towards your chin. If you have the interlace of your fingers, imagine you could pull your elbows apart right to left as you anchor your shoulders down into the floor. Good work. Slowly release. Your butts are going to be sore tomorrow. I can already feel mine sore. And just enjoy your breath. You can have one hand at your heart, one hand at your belly. Let your body recover, let it relax. Feel and get to know how beautiful it is that it can respond to these external stresses of the pose, and then it can calm back down. Same thing goes for the world out there. We can be exposed to external stresses, and then we can pull back in and reconnect back in with ourselves. And then soon enough, we get really good at being stressed physically, emotionally, and we can still stay anchored in our hearts. Those are the masters, the yogi masters that can do that. Still working on that. Okay, bridge pose round 2, belly strong. Squeeze your heel, or push your heels down to the floor, squeeze your butt, lift up. You can push your elbows down, push your arms down, take whatever bridge version works for you. You can interlace fingers. You're welcome to stay right here. You don't have to change a thing. Just breathe, be in integrity, enjoy. If you want to take it a little bit more fiery, more crazy, keep your right foot pressing down into the floor. Bend your left knee in towards your chest. Staying here or extending your left leg straight up to the sky, pushing the sole of the foot up. Push down with that right foot. Keep your heart open. Release your left leg down. Push down into your left leg, bend your right knee towards the chest. Keep pulling your belly in, tuck your pelvis under. Stay there or extend the right leg up. Push into your left foot, your arms, your shoulders to lift the right leg high to the sky. Bring your right knee back down, come all the way down. Whew. One hand to heart, one hand to belly. Enjoy. Recover. Enjoy the quiet. We'll do one more back bend. That could be bridge. You're welcome to put a block underneath your pelvis for supported bridge pose. You're welcome to do full Urdhva Dhanurasana. If any of you practice full wheel pose, you're welcome to go into full wheel. I'm going to do wheel and put a little towel roll underneath my hands so that my wrists don't have to go through so much range of motion. That feels better for me. So one more back bend of your choosing. Stay in integrity. Keep your belly strong. Keep your butt strong. And breathe deep. If you're going into full Urdhva Dhanurasana, turn your fingertips slightly towards the sides of the mat as you go up. Whether you're in bridge or whether you're in Urdhva, pull your feet apart. Pull your knees apart. They don't actually move, but feel like they could. That'll engage your butt muscles a little bit more. Open your heart. Open your heart. Open your heart. If you're in Urdhva, tuck your chin to come down. If you're in bridge, slowly lower your butt down to the floor. If you're in supported bridge, you can stay there. Recover. Deep breathing. Feel how that heart rate settles. So amazing. How the body body just knows how to respond. We can encourage it. We can watch it and encourage the breath to get longer and slower. But it just does it on its own. If you're on the block, slowly lift your hips and lower your hips back down once you move the block to the side. Coming into windshield wipers, take your arms out to a T, take your feet as wide as your sticky mat, drop your knees to the right. You can look over your left shoulder if that feels okay in your neck. Squeeze your left butt gently and lengthen your left knee away from your torso. Come back up to center, go to the other side. Feet stay wide, just drop your knees to the left. Flex both feet. Look over the right shoulder if that's okay in your neck. Same thing, gently squeeze your right butt, but lengthen your right knee away from your head. Feeling that little stretch in your low back. Front of the right hip. Inhale to come back up to center. Interlace your fingers and hold behind your right thigh. And instead of pulling your knee in towards your chest, push your leg into your hand to try to make your knee point straight up to the sky. I'm going to put a blanket underneath my head that just feels better. You can stay here with the knee bent, or you can move towards a straighter right leg. It might get halfway straight or all the way straight. You're welcome to put a strap around the leg if it feels better. I have long arms, so it's easy for me to hold. But if you have shorter arms, it might feel like you're straining your shoulders or your neck, so just put a strap around the back of the leg. Try to push that leg into your interlaced fingers, like you're making a sandwich between the muscles of your legs. Your hands are on one side of the sandwich and your thigh bone is on the other side, and you're pushing the two sides together. Into the middle is your hamstring muscle. Belly is strong. Maybe just a little tiny arch in your back, like you could fit a grape in between your low back and the floor and it wouldn't smush. Spread your right toes, push the right heel up towards the sky. Release that side. Second side, interlace your fingers, hold behind your left leg. Again, push the hamstring into your hand. You can stay half straight, moving towards 3/4 straight or all the way straight. Pull your toes towards your head. Feel that stretch through the back of the left leg. Squeeze your left thigh muscle real strong, which will intensify the stretch, but it also helps to release the hamstring. Again, that little arch in your low back, like you could fit a little grape between your low back and the floor. Belly stays strong. Slowly release that side. Draw both knees in towards your chest. You can take your knees a little bit wider apart and sort of rock side to side if that feels good. If you love happy baby pose and that feels like that's a wonderful thing in your life right now, you can hold the outer edges of the feet and kind of rock side to side. We haven't done too much hip opener, so it might feel a little tight to do that. And then you can release your legs all the way straight for Shavasana. Let the body rest and recover. I will sing a little chant. So when we sing the repetitions of sound in the yoga tradition, and we repeat the names of the gods and goddesses, we're just calling to ourselves. We're calling more into the depths of who we are to become more ourselves. So just listen to the sounds even if you don't know them. Even if you don't know the words, you just hear the repetition over and over and over. And it's said that this practice helps to sort of uncover and open up all of those blockages around our hearts so that we might love ourselves, trust ourselves, appreciate ourselves, and then we can do the same thing for others. So again, you can listen and take it all in. attention back to sound. Allow your breath to deepen. Slowly move and stretch in any ways that feel best for you. Eventually bend your knees, roll to your right side, rest there for a few moments. Thank your body, it's part of yourself. Thank your body for all its support. We thank our breath, which is also part of ourself, our mind, our intuition, and the part of us that is total peace and joy. We bow into all these many layers of ourself. May I be more myself. We bow in. Use your hands to press yourself back to a seated position. Bring your hands together in front of your heart, palms gently touching. With my whole heart and my whole self, I thank you for being here, for practicing and sharing the teachings. It is such a gift to be here with you. The light that is me bows to and acknowledges the light that is you. Namaste.